this week, especially. I've been really hot on it. Here, I'll take the floor here because I'm going to go on a monologue. I think that the idea of a marketing funnel early in the internet was really important because you would bring people through this kind of like experience with a website that included all of these touch points and all this like bringing people down the funnel digitally. That was really important. I was a big fan of it. I myself talked about it. But really since the adpocalypse, when, if you ever listened to any of our videos before, I probably talk about this in every episode. This was a big moment in digital advertising where you guys, every user has to opt in. We get to opt in for advertising. After that, we had to, after that, everything changed. The funnel essentially died at that moment. And the reason that I'm hot on it is because there's a lot of people that I think this is like this is a huge red flag. If any marketing person that you're talking to wants to put you into a sales funnel builder or any kind of like sales funnel focused marketing tool, it's a huge waste of time and a huge waste of money. And I guess I'm really passionate about it because that's not the way that it works anymore. And so I just wanted to like sort of explain digitally what happens right now, what the kind of the best practice model is to have everyone instead of a funnel of landing pages, instead of moving people through this kind of like process, it's more having one landing page that solves all of the problems of that funnel, and understanding that that page might close in 6 visits. Sometimes it takes 20 visits, and you want all of the information. Like the first visit, a lot of times they just visit and then leave. By that time they close, they might have scrolled down to the bottom through the FAQs and this kind of thing. Just really briefly, what you want is a call to action right at the top. You want to address pain points right at the top, some kind of high level pain points. Just below that, when you scroll down, you want to be able to talk through like a little bit more in deep, but like an FAQs about the product, some things that people ask about, things that people are always wondering about during the sales process, product or service. And then back to another call to action, perhaps some testimonials. And then that's your whole page, and that's the whole marketing funnel now. There's no reason to have any kind of other push them down the lead funnel process right now. And I don't know. I'm passionate about it because people get jazzed. Is that how you consume or get sold these days, Bailey? Or I don't know. I guess I should have asked you first. Do you get a lot?
I kind of have 2 interesting perspectives on this. One, I think you make a really good point when you say like putting all of the information in one place, just on one page, because although yes, like you could build out into all these different pages, like provide a plethora of information, people don't want to go clicking around anymore. They want the solution right in front of their face right there. Specifically, I know this because for lacrosse, our club team, like we have all of the information listed on the website. All you have to do is go to the girls tab. That's all you have to do. And that is like too much to ask. So we had to like completely send out a huge frequently asked questions list. And as soon as we sent that out, we got all of our registrations right there. Like all of that information was already on the website somewhere. They just didn't want to go look for it themselves. Like if they have that information, easy access right there, that the sale will probably come quicker than them having to go search for it themselves. But on the opposite side, I think it is also a good point that's saying it takes 9 times. Like I'm going to preview something that I want. I almost never search something up and buy it immediately unless it's like Amazon. But if it's like a actual, like from a brand, probably more expensive, or like something that like I like to like think about the cost of it, like I'm going to go to their website probably a couple of times before I finally solidify my decision.
And I think what you want to see, or what I think performs way better or is much more productive version of that is, this kind of goes back to what we always talk about, which is that if you're set up correctly, you want to be able to like track everything that happens. And when you have multiple pages, what you get basically from my perspective is a ton of opportunities to lose the user, to lose like what happened or why exactly they left. Was it a loading issue? Is one of the pages for some reason loading slower than others? Like maybe the image is bigger than the other ones for some other reason. And there's all these kind of like nuances to adding the extra page. And I think simple, one of the reasons that simple works the best is because setup is so important. Best practice setup is so important. So the more complicated you make all of these additional landing pages and that's usually what is meant by the marketing funnel digitally. They're talking about like, setting up all of these kind of like different experiences for different stages of the funnel. And now I don't think that's necessary at all. And I think that it is a detriment because you overcomplicate something that could be very simple. And if you when you make it overcomplicated, you tend to make more mistakes, and then you just lose people and you don't get any good data. I also think that it performs better just in my user experience. It's just better to get all the information right away. These days, I think consumers want to see it all, perhaps like review it, but not absorb it yet. I think is a lot of times what happens. Like it's kind of the experience you described. Like I'm going to go to a page. I'm going to see what I like there, some of what I like, and then I'm going to
get a good idea, but I'm not going to think past that. Like
right. And then the next time you don't want to get bombarded with a bunch of new information. You want to be like, what was that? I remember what was the thing about that?
Yeah.
Or like, what was the exact whatever. And so like, did they do contract? I can't remember if it was a contract, whatever, and so you go back to the page and you check again. But like, if it's a whole new experience, if it's a whole new thing, again, you run into the opportunity of like, are you tracking it correctly? Are you, is that page loading just as fast? Did you lose them when they were trying to find you? Did they find your competitor? There's like all of this like additional shit going on. And if you had everything on that one page and they just go back to that one page and they find you and you're there again, and that's the move. So, and advertising is working that way too. All of the digital advertising assets are all in one place as well. And so really it's one ad that is touching them all of those 9 times and bringing them back to that landing page. I mean, obviously I look at everything through a digital advertising view, but that's why that's another reason why to have that kind of simple page, simple advertising, driving to one page so that there's no opportunity for any like mistakes or lost people, and just allow the tools to do its thing. That's why marketing funnels are stupid. Okay, we can move on.